Rub the sun or lick the moon. Scoop up your sunlight and moonlight teas. Link is down in the description. Bruh, it's either or. You decide. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Grimmsnarl and how to properly use Grimmsnarl in competitive play for Sword and Shield. I know there's a lot of people going into it, so I want to give as much help as possible. I made a ton of guides like these, Sun and Moon, so I want to try and do that again with Sword and Shield. So obviously, of course, if you want to know how to use them, these are 4 good sets that I think are pretty optimal for Grimmsnarl. Obviously, there's a lot of other sets you can use too, dependent on the format you want to play, because this is mainly for singles. I'm going to try and dive into doubles and VGC this year, because I always say that I do, and I think the last time I did was Oris, so I really want to try that again for 2019, 2020. Grimmsnarl is easily one of, if not my all-time favorite new mon that has come out from Sword and Shield. So I really want to show a guide on how to run this guy. So of course, if you just love Grimmsnarl, hit that like button down below, guys. Obviously, if you want to see more, hit that like button down below. We're going to get in with it. This is a easily one of my favorite sets here. I immediately saw this guy's stats, and I was like, all right. So after attack, everything goes to trash. But his typing is what's really going to carry that. Because that 95 HP can be used with that Dark Fairy typing. If he was just a pure Dark type, I don't think he'd be as optimal as he is with stats like these. But, you know, that Dark Fairy is just natural bulk. It's crazy. Fairy typing with a good HP stat, your defenses could be trash, but it just brings in that natural bulk. You know, it makes fighting type neutral. It makes bug type neutral. You know, you're really just weak to steel. And you really just have fairies weaknesses at that point, you know what I mean? You have 2 immunities, Psychic and Dragon, pretty solid across the board. Offensively, this guy is great, especially with that typing. I'm excited doing the Assault Vest set here. He's got Pranksters and ability, so that's pretty solid. He's got Frisk as well and Pickpocket. I don't really necessarily think you ever want to use Frisk. Pickpocket you could use. I don't know if it's released. Pickpocket you could use though, because it makes a lot of contact with Darkest Lair and Play Rough. But I figured you could do Play Rough, Darkest Lair, Drain Punch, and Sucker Punch as an Assault Vest set. Nice bulky offensive set here. Nice 12 investment for this Pedef, but I feel like it's going to be really solid because mainly a bunch of the things that are going to be hitting you that you're weak to, like Flash Cannon, Sludge Bomb. There's obviously Poison Jab and Heavy Slam as well too, but I don't know. Those are some things that first come to my mind. You'll be able to soak up a lot better, especially with things running around in the meta right now. You have like Rotom Wash, Duraludon, which some people are running Spatak. There's definitely mix for that as well too, but Spatak offensively for him as well too. Toxapex, like he's really good for taking on some tanks right now, like Toxapex and Rotom Wash and Clefable. He's pretty solid at taking on those mons. So solid mon. I think player is pretty good on this guy. You could run Spirit Break for those 3 walls that I just mentioned to make them weaker. Not only that, but it forces them to switch out. So you could run Spirit Break over players. I mean, if you don't want to miss, chances are I might run Spirit Break myself because I don't want to miss. Base 90 accuracy. Spirit Break is base 75, but 100 accuracy. So you lose 15 points of power. It's really up to you if you want to do that. But you guaranteed drop this attack by 1. So I think the trade-off is solid. Less power, but you're making them weaker. So that in turn makes you bulkier, especially with the Assault Vest on as well too. So you could run Spirit Break. IMO, I think Spirit Break is better because if you drop into this attack, it's in that turn making you bulkier because of the AV, and it's making this attack lower. So all in all, solid. I think the spread is solid here. Put 12 investment there just to be takier. I mean, you could run max you to 4 in Spadef, but it's really up to you. We got that next set here, Blunder Policy. Little cheese set here, little cheese set. I don't know how well this is yet. I tried it, and I just... IMO, since I tried it, I just blew through somebody's team because I'm actually one of the most unluckiest players on the planet. But if you don't know what Blunder Policy does, it's a new item that come out in Sword and Shield. And essentially, if you miss a move because of its accuracy, your speed is raised ×2. Single use, it's a pretty good item. I'm not going to lie. You get +2 on this guy, which would be very optimal because his speed set is really not that good. It's pretty bad. So I think having a +2 in speed would be pretty solid because it's a lot better than Choice Scarf IMO, because at that point, It's the risk you want to take, IMO, because if you have choice scarf, you're locked into a move versus blunder policy, one-time use. But the trade-off is that will you be able to, you know, do what you need to do after? It's more like a revenge sweeper. I wouldn't necessarily start off just instantly trying to sweep with it, but it's definitely more of a revenge sweeper. I mean, you could even, what you could do as well too, is you could just run Nasty Plot over Drain Punch if you wanted to. You could Nasty Plot up, Missile Focus Blast, +2 in both stats of special attack and speed, and just attempt to sweep from there. I mean, you could. You really just could. It's up to you. I personally think that maybe it's a lot safer to run it mixed, but this is a live change spread here. So, I mean, I initially had Drain Punch on here. If you want to run it mixed, you could as well. We could even change up this spread as well too, where you could run like Nasty Plot, you could run Dazzling Gleam, and you could run like Dark Pulse. You could very well run the thing completely specially offensive. You absolutely could. That's up to you if you want to. I mean, I think now look at this is actually a lot better than the spread I initially had, but the one I initially had was a lot safer. So at the end of the day, that is up to you if you want to run the safer approach, if you want to run the more like, I just want to kill stuff across the screen. But Prankster and Nasty Blood is pretty solid. And this guy having Prankster is clean. I shan't lie, I shan't. But completely especially offensive sweeper here. I actually like this a lot better now that I did this. So nice and live changes here. But I like it a lot better. Completely specially offensive. Take advantage of that 95 special attack. This guy is a very solid mixed attacker. I just wish his speed stat was better. Like, I really wish it was, man. Like, if they traded his HP for his speed stat, I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't. Because he has natural bulk with that typing. So I wouldn't even be mad. 2 immunities, like I said again, removes dark weaknesses. It just does. So I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't. But end of the day, if you're lucky, then this set is not for you. But if you're unlucky, like myself, then this set is definitely for you. You know, missing that one turn of Focus Blast really will actually end up helping out. I have respect, though, if you just don't go for Nasty and you go for the Focused. If you want to do that, I mean, that'd be weird. I don't recommend that. I recommend that you set up a Nasty first and then go for Focus Blast. I mean, if you're extremely ballsy as well, too, what you could do is you could remove Nasty Plot and you could do sub for like what? Prankster sub, Prankster Nasty, Missile Focus Blast. And you could do that if you wanted to, but that's if you don't really care about the Fairy Stab. And also if you think you're lucky enough to cheese your opponent with a Dark Pulse flinch. So it's up to you at the end of the day. But now that I did this live change, I actually like this a lot better. I'm definitely going to use this on a team. I'm definitely going to use this on Wi-Fi as well, too. I want to see just how unlucky I am to be optimal with this guy. The next set here is a pretty, you might see this set pretty common. IMO, I think it's pretty common. I don't know common yet because a lot of people aren't really using Grimmsnarl, let alone a lot of people aren't playing. But this could be pretty common. Sub bulk up, Darkest Lair, and Spirit Break. Max HP, max attack, 4 in Spit Def. Essentially, you get that Prankster sub, Prankster bulk up. You could even Prankster bulk up and then sub. It's up to you, whatever order you want to do. IMO, I recommend sub. You get behind a sub, you have the bulk up, you're extremely tanky then, and you just sort of start killing stuff. You know, you just sort of start bodying everything in front of your screen. Darkest Lair, just ignore the stat changes. So if you see another Grimmsnarl, then by all means YOLO, right? I mean, it resists it, but YOLO. But I like that. I like that it actually does just ignore stat changes. I think Darkest Lair being a TR in this game is very interesting because we only was excluded to Incineroar. So to now see it on other mods will be really interesting because Weavile gets it too. So that's solid. Spirit Break, of course. I just like this move a lot. You could run Player Up at the end of the day. You really could. But I prefer Spirit Break because it's lowering the target special attack guaranteed by one stage. So all in all, it's making you tankier. And it, in retrospect, makes your entire team tankier since whatever is across your field is getting weaker. So, I mean, it's your preference. It's what you like at the end of the day. I like Spirit Break. I recommend Spirit Break. If you want to be ballsy and run Player Up, you know, have a chance to lower their attack because it's not guaranteed. And also, if you think you can land it, then by all means, knock yourself out. But I like this set a lot. This is actually a set that I did use on Showdown. I like this set a lot. I love this set. Very solid set. you might see running around, pretty common. And last but not least, a Choice Banded set, completely offensive here. It's similar to the last set, except you just... I don't know why I have 4-inch attack. I can't tell you why. I want that 4-inch speed. I can't tell you why I can't, but very, very, very solid user here. I like this. It just kills everything across the screen. I think I've seen this thing just like one-shot everything that is weak to it, so... Like, this guy is killing stuff. Base 120 banded, you're killing stuff. And you're, like, this thing is hardly ever going to be one-shot because of that 95 HP and because of that natural bulk. But if they're set up like a Duraludon, then I don't know, man. At that point, it's just going to hurt, isn't it? Yeah, because his defense stats are not that good, especially that defense stat. Speed stat is really not that good either. So I think really just running max speed, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It really just depends on what you want to do with this guy, but I like the bandit set. Probably my favorite set that I've shown off in this video, guys. It just wrecks stuff. It just kills stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the thing well overdo like 60% to Tyranitar. So it's just bodying stuff. It just really is. 2 shots, Rotom Wash. It just bodies everything. It just bodies so much stuff across the screen. I recommend using this. Definitely very powerful Darkest Lariat player of user here. Very powerful Dark Fairy type. I love this combination. If you guys don't know me, I'm Numbnexus. I've been asking for a troll Dark Fairy for like 2 years now, and we got one. So I am a little biased on this mod. It actually is now real, but the design is great. Plus, you get G-Max with them too. I didn't really talk about G-Max. You could just G-Max with this guy as well too. So that's up to you. That's up to you. You could definitely G-Max with this guy. I think the only thing different to G-Max, from what I've been looking into, is HP stat, and obviously design obviously of course as well too, and then the moves. G-Max moves do different. I think it's G-Max moves, they force opponents to go to sleep, so that's just setup city. Like, I think the best G-Max set that I recommended here was definitely this one, because you can force your opponent to go to sleep and then you were able to set up. But in G-Max you can't set up, so I would recommend setting up and then G-Max, because in G-Max state setup is usually like, I'd assume this is Protect. I don't know what G-Max bulk up is going to be. I think it's G-Max Knuckle. I'm not sure. But in retrospect, setup is necessarily non-existent when they G-Max or Dynamax. So I recommend doing that before you actually G-Max or Dynamax. But guys, if you enjoyed, hit that like button down below for me. A quick little short video talking about Grimmsnarl. I want to do more of these. So if you would like to see more, hit that like button down below for me. I think I'm probably going to do like Dragapult or Duraludon next. You guys let me know who you'd like to see in the comments down below. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.